Here are 5 lesser-known black inventors and their contributions. Lewis Howard Latimer, 1848-1928. Latimer was an inventor and draftsman who played a crucial role in the development of the telephone and the light bulb. He improved the design of the carbon filament used in incandescent light bulbs, making them more efficient and longer-lasting. Granville T. Woods, 1856-1910. Woods was an inventor and electrical engineer known as the Black Edison. He held more than 60 patents for various inventions, including improvements to railway systems, the development of the multiplex telegraph, a precursor to the telephone, and advancements in electric power distribution. Sarah E. Good, 1855-1905. Good was the first African-American woman to receive a patent. She invented a foldable cabinet bed, a space-saving piece of furniture that could be transformed from a desk into a bed, making it ideal for small apartments. Frederick McKinley Jones, 1893-1961. Jones was an inventor and entrepreneur known for his pioneering work in refrigeration. He developed the first successful portable air cooling unit for trucks, which revolutionized the transportation of perishable goods. Marie Van Britten Brown, 1922-1999. Brown was an inventor who, along with her husband, created the first home security system with a closed-circuit television. Their invention laid the groundwork for modern home security systems, with features like remote monitoring and the ability to communicate with visitors at the door. These inventors made significant contributions to various fields, often with lasting impacts on technology and society, despite not receiving the same level of recognition as some of their contemporaries.
This is the greatest top 5 black inventions that the world should be thankful for. Number 1 is the self-lubricating engine by Elijah McCoy. Today's cars are self-lubricated. And if it wasn't for Elijah McCoy, a lot of us wouldn't have transportation to get from back and forth. Number 2 is the cell phone, created by a man named Henry T. Sampson. Do you understand that if it wasn't for Henry T. Sampson, you wouldn't be able to watch me, we wouldn't be able to connect, because the gamma electricity that he created runs through the satellite. Number 3 is the mailbox, Philip B. Downing. Now, when he was a child, people used to have to go to the post office just to mail out a letter. And he had this weird thought. He said, I think we should have like mailboxes in neighborhoods, which eventually spun into the mailboxes that you see in front of everyone's house today. Number 4 is the blood bank, created by Charles Drew. Charles Drew was a surgeon and researcher. He pioneered blood transfusions. He had an idea to have blood stored away and then created these blood banks. Think about how many people wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for some of these blood banks. Number 5 is the traffic light, created by a man named Garrett Morgan. Now go watch those old videos when people were just driving. There was accidents after accidents in them old cars, but he had this idea to make the 3-way signal traffic light that we use today. Honestly, where would we all be if we didn't know when to stop and go?
Why is it every time that black people are talking about their culture and gatekeeping their culture, do you white people come and rush and rebuttal and start saying things like, you gonna gatekeep your culture, and then you start listing machines. You start listing things like airplanes, cars.
When I talk about planes, you're only allowed to use planes that go a couple of miles, since this man is the first man who invented a long-distance traveling airplane, Mr. Charles Chappell. So no planes for you. And cell phones. Mr. Henry Sampson Jr. is the first man who invented the cell phone in 1971. So put that cell phone away, because it's not for you. Oh, actually, only rotary is for you. Hold, please. Because not only did Dr. Shirley Ann invent caller ID, call waiting, she invented touch tone. No touch tone for you. Your heart palpitating? Well, get rid of that pacemaker because Otis Boykin invented that. No pacemaker for you. Do you like central heat in the wintertime? Do you like how the heat distributes evenly in your home? Well, no more, because you can't use it. It's invented by a black woman. I don't think Miss Alice Parker would want to keep you warm. Matter of fact, don't even use your thermostat or any kind of temperature control because Mr. Frederick Jones invented that too. And since we're talking about heat, Mr. George Sampson invented the dryer. So no more dry clothes for you either unless you're hanging them on a line. So in the wintertime, you're kind of screwed. Being able to get out of elevators, well, no more for you. Stairs for you, honey, because them automatic elevator doors were also invented by a black man. I don't think Mr. Alexander Miles wants you to ride his automatic elevator doors. Your car stick shift because Richard Spikes, he invented automatic, so manual for you. And actually, you probably can't even drive since you're not allowed to use traffic lights. I mean, clearly, Garrett Morgan is a black man. Also, if anything ever goes down and you need to use a gas mask, well, you're going to be inhaling vapors since he also invented that. So, no gas mask for you either. And you got to go back to outhouses because this man invented the modern toilet. I don't think old Mr. Thomas Elkins wants you using modern toilets. Feeling safe in your home? Well, Miss Mary Brown invented the home security system, so no home system for you. Maybe enjoy a good game of golf every now and then. Well, you're going to have to hit straight off the ground now because those tees, well, that's invented by a black man too. As you can see, Mr. George Grant is not white. Ever play Super Soakers with your kids, cousins, aunts, uncles, whoever? No more. Mr. Lonnie Johnson invented that too. Those chips down because Mr. George Speck, aka George Crumb, well, he invented those too. So no chippy snacks for you. But let me end this with a wonderful inventor who is still impacting the world today. Mr. John Purdy. Him and his friend Daniel invented something that we all call... That's right, you guessed it. John Purdy invented the folding chair. So without his invention and design, we'd not have had that spectacular event at the Montgomery Brawl. So, sir, before you open your mouth to a black human and tell them that they can't use something made by a white human, maybe you should remember that this is a country built on the back of black humans, and so many inventions were stolen from black humans by their slave owners. Zero integrity, zero of their own inventiveness, forever stealing from black humans, white racists.
We're going to start in Exodus 19th chapter and the 5th verse. Now therefore, if ye obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. That's right. Let's go to real quick to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Right? It reads, For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. From there, let's go to Matthew 5 and 13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherefore withal it shall be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on the hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and give it a light unto all that are in the house. Shalom.